Your person is struggling silently, caught in a storm of emotions they can barely control. Watching you live your life fully and unapologetically is both inspiring and painful for them. It's evident to them now, you are no longer emotionally tied to the connection the way you once were. The obsession, the attachment, the constant waiting, they see it has all faded from your side. You've reclaimed your power, your peace, and your independence, and this shift has left them reeling. There's a deep, almost haunting realization settling in their mind. You're not just moving on, you may have already moved past them. This awareness is triggering an overwhelming sense of loss and regret within them. They are tired of the confusion, the distance, and the unresolved tension that hangs between you both. They feel stuck in limbo and are yearning for something, anything, that can bring clarity and direction. In their heart, they are wishing for divine intervention, for a sign or moment that could shift the trajectory of this connection, because no matter how far apart things have drifted, they still love you deeply. They adore you, in fact. That part hasn't changed. Despite the emotional chaos inside them, your person is trying to approach things differently now. In the past, they may have acted on impulse, driven by emotion without thinking things through. But this time is different. They're taking time to reflect, to plan, and to understand what's really needed, not just to reach out, but to rebuild. They know the damage that's been done, and they recognize that a quick apology or empty promises won't be enough. They're contemplating the right time, the right words, and the right actions. They want to make sure that when they do come forward, they do so with real intention and a plan that honors the connection rather than harms it further. Yet, even with all this careful thought, the pull they feel toward you is powerful and physical. There's a magnetic sensuality that draws them in, something that makes resisting you almost impossible. They can't ignore the connection, because to them, it feels unbreakable, like no matter how much time passes, you're still bound to each other on a soul-deep level. But this time around, they're not just relying on feelings, they're starting to think practically. Your person is weighing their options and considering what genuine, tangible steps need to be taken to make things right. They know that the old ways won't work anymore. You've grown, evolved, and set boundaries. You're no longer in a place where you'll accept inconsistency, half-hearted efforts, or the toxic cycle of back-and-forth behavior. That door has closed, and they know it. They understand that if they want even the chance to reconnect, they must bring something real to the table: consistency, accountability, and emotional maturity. They're working on creating a better plan, one that isn't built on hopeful words but proven actions. Because now, you'll only believe in their change if their actions align perfectly with their promises. Anything less will be dismissed, and they know that. Communication is coming. It may arrive when you least expect it, perhaps even when you've stopped hoping for it altogether. But make no mistake, when they reach out, it will be because they've reached a breaking point. They can't take the silence anymore. It's eating at them, wearing them down. They feel the void left by your absence in their daily life, and the stillness of this separation is becoming unbearable. It's stressful, disorienting, and deeply emotional for them. They're missing you more than they know how to admit. Every little thing reminds them of you, your voice, your laugh, the way you used to look at them, and that nostalgia is both beautiful and cruel. They're craving your presence, your energy, your warmth. They're aching just to hear your voice again, to be reminded that they still matter to you on some level. And yet, there's a heavy weight pressing on them, the fear that you've lost faith in them completely. They can sense it, that you may still carry the wounds from past disappointments, and that your trust in them has been fractured, possibly beyond repair. They regret the pain they caused you, and that regret runs deep. But they also understand that your standards have changed, and that's something they now admire rather than resent. They know that if they are to have a second chance with you, they must rise to meet those standards. Above all, your person sees you clearly now, not just as someone they desire or miss, but as their true divine counterpart. You are the one who stirred something real in them, something lasting. And despite all the confusion, the time apart, and the emotional turbulence, they haven't let go of that truth. They may have taken you for granted before, but not anymore. Now, they're walking a fine line between hope and despair, trying to find the courage to come forward not just with words, but with actions that prove they've changed. Whether they succeed or not remains to be seen, but one thing is certain, you have left a mark on their soul, and they are not ready to let go of you just yet. I see you as such a high-value person, someone rare, grounded, and deeply authentic. From the very beginning, there was something different about you, something that struck me in ways I couldn't explain. Over time, that feeling has only deepened. I've watched, even from afar, how you've grown and evolved, and I can honestly say that I'm so proud of the person you've become. You've inspired me in ways I didn't even know were possible. Because of your presence in my life, even if it's been distant at times, something inside me has started to shift. I've begun to awaken parts of myself I had forgotten or buried. My intuition, my inner knowing, it's becoming clearer, more alive. There are so many thoughts and emotions inside of me, so many words I've held in, waiting for the right moment. I can't tell you how often I've wanted to reach out, to speak from the heart, to tell you everything. But every time I get close, fear takes over. I worry I'll say something wrong, that I'll speak from a place of uncertainty or confusion and end up hurting you unintentionally. That's the last thing I want. I don't want us to spiral into misunderstanding or pain. I care too much about you and this connection. Still, despite my hesitation, the desire to be honest with you only grows stronger. I want to open my heart fully, to let you in completely. Lately, I felt a growing sense of balance within myself, more clarity, more peace. And with that balance comes a longing to share my whole self with you. I want to be vulnerable with you, emotionally and spiritually. I want to be close to you, to feel your energy again. I miss you, truly. I miss your warmth, your healing presence, the way you make me feel safe and seen. More than anything, I want to build something real with you, something lasting. I dream of creating a legacy together, something beautiful that reflects the depth of what we share. This isn't a fleeting desire, it's something I've been working towards silently and consistently. I've been doing a lot of inner work, digging deep into old patterns, healing wounds, and facing parts of myself I used to avoid. Every step of that journey, you've been my motivation. I've been manifesting our reunion, even if I haven't said it out loud. You've stayed in my heart the whole time. I know in the past I didn't always seem stable or ready, but things are different now. I feel much more secure in myself and in my intentions. That growth, this new stability, it's a direct result of your impact on my life. Please know that I'm not here to play games. I'm not here for something casual or temporary. I'm serious about this, about you. That's why I've taken time, why I've been investing in myself and in this connection from a distance. Sometimes, real love requires patience and preparation. And while it may have seemed like I pulled away, I never left. I've always been here, quietly holding space for us. Don't let illusions fool you. The heart knows what the mind often tries to dismiss. I ask you to trust your intuition, just as I'm learning to trust mine. This connection is not something I take lightly. It's rare, profound, and deeply spiritual. You've opened my eyes to a kind of relationship I didn't think was possible. Before you, I wasn't sure if I could ever truly settle down. I had never met anyone who made me even consider it. So many people around me seemed content with shallow connections, avoiding commitment and emotional depth. But then you appeared, like a breath of fresh air, like something sacred in a world that's forgotten how to be still. You astonished me with your values, your sense of integrity, and your unwavering loyalty. You stand out in every way, not just because of your beauty or your intelligence, but because of your soul. You carry yourself with such grace and strength, and that has challenged me to become better. I now realize that what I've been searching for, what my soul has longed for, has been you all along. Not just as a partner, but as a mirror, a guide, a co-creator in this life journey. So here I am, opening up to you as honestly as I can. I don't want to hide behind silence or fear anymore. I want you to know that I see you, I appreciate you, and I believe in what we could build together. I'm not perfect, and I know the path forward may not be easy, but I'm willing to walk it with you, with openness, love, and intention. I ask only for your patience and for you to trust in the energy that brought us together. Whatever comes next, know that my heart is here for you. Not just temporarily, but fully, and with all the sincerity I have. Lately, it seems you've built an invisible wall around yourself, a protective barrier that makes it difficult for others to truly reach you. You're not shutting the world out entirely, but you've become much more selective about who gets access to your inner world. It's not out of bitterness, but out of a hard-earned understanding that not everyone deserves a front-row seat to your life. This shift has made you appear more guarded, even distant at times, especially to those who knew the older version of you, so open, so emotionally transparent, and perhaps even too trusting. Now, your words carry weight and clarity. You speak with a sense of purpose and directness that wasn't as prominent before. You no longer sugarcoat your thoughts or dilute your truth to spare others' feelings. This isn't harshness, it's self-respect. You've outgrown the phase of tolerating disrespect, rudeness, or emotional neglect. You've reached a place in life where your peace matters more than pleasing others. Whether it's in your personal relationships, work life, or casual interactions, you've established boundaries that protect your energy and mental space. Despite the challenges you've faced, or perhaps because of them, you've become remarkably resilient. Life has thrown you into deep waters more than once, but each time, you've emerged stronger and more centered. Your growth has not gone unnoticed, your partner, especially, has observed the transformation. Where once you may have reacted from a place of emotional vulnerability, now you respond with wisdom and discernment. The naive, overly emotional version of you has evolved into someone grounded, pragmatic, and self-assured. It's not that you've become cold or indifferent, but rather that you've learned to lead with logic and self-awareness instead of raw emotion. You're no longer quick to share your inner world. Your feelings, your fears, your dreams, these have become sacred, reserved only for those who truly earn your trust. This emotional privacy can make you seem unreadable, especially to your partner, who might be struggling to connect with a more elusive version of you. But this change isn't a sign of detachment, it's a form of self-preservation, a choice to protect your heart until you feel safe enough to let someone in fully. One of the most empowering changes in you is your ability to walk away from situations and people that no longer serve your growth. You're no longer stuck in cycles of over-explaining, over-apologizing, or trying to fix what isn't yours to repair. You've realized that peace is sometimes found in silence, in letting go, and in choosing yourself even when it's difficult. This newfound clarity is helping you shape a life that reflects your values, your worth, and your vision for the future. Your partner sees all of this. They see someone who is becoming more vibrant, more optimistic, and more enthusiastic about life. You're no longer weighed down by the emotional burdens of yesterday. You've stopped crying over things you can't control, and instead, you're focusing on what you can, your mindset, your healing, and your happiness. You're stepping into your power and allowing yourself to fully experience the beauty of a new day, every day. Yet, for all this growth and strength, you haven't lost your softness. You're still kind. You're still patient. You still carry compassion in your heart, but now it's balanced with discernment. You give, but not to your own detriment. You listen, but not to voices that dim your light. You love, but from a place of wholeness rather than need. That balance is what makes your transformation so profound. You've managed to strengthen your core without hardening your heart. What's truly admirable is your ability to keep rising. Life hasn't been easy, and you've had moments when staying down would have been the easier choice. But you don't stay down. No matter how many times you fall, you rise again, stronger, wiser, and more in tune with who you are and what you deserve. It's this unbreakable spirit, this refusal to let adversity define you, that sets you apart. You've become a testament to the power of growth, resilience, and self-love. In this new chapter of your life, you're becoming your own home, safe, solid, and whole. You may still have moments of vulnerability, but they no longer control you. Instead, they remind you of how far you've come and how much more you're capable of. Your journey isn't about becoming perfect, it's about becoming real, authentic, empowered, and at peace with who you are. So yes, the wall is there, but it's not to shut people out. It's there to protect the most precious parts of you. And those who truly care, who truly value you, will find a way to meet you there, with patience, respect, and love.